welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We're so excited to have you, Dr. Eve, our weekly check-in, to have that familiar face, to help get us through all our skincare questions, skin needs, and a skin stress. A lot of people are stressing, which is one of the topics we want to definitely talk about today, is acne, breakouts. I mean, from teenagers to adults, we're all stressing, and your face many times is the first place where things react. Correct?
Absolutely. And even with wearing the masks over the face, a lot of people are breaking out from that also. So I figured I'd start by telling you a little bit about what causes acne in general. Acne is mostly about the hormones. That's why the week before your period you may break out a lot. That's why teenagers often break out a lot. So it's mostly about the hormones. But then there are other things that cause pimples, like bacteria, inflammation, oil in some people, but not everybody's oily. And then you have the blackheads and whiteheads, those little clogged pores deep under the surface of the skin, where it's not that you're not cleaning your skin well, it's just some people have sticky pores and the material gets trapped underneath. So it's all these things that come together to produce acne. Throw a little stress into the mix and that throws the hormones all wacky. Wear a mask, that might be clogging up the pores a bit. So there are a lot of people that have been complaining that their acne has been getting worse during this COVID situation. So now that you understand a little bit about what causes acne, now we can talk about what to do to treat it. Right now, the simplest thing for a lot of people is to start with over-the-counter products. For example, benzoyl peroxide can help because that works as an antibiotic, but it's not an antibiotic, so it does not cause any resistance to the body's immune system. And then there's also salicylic acid, which helps to get off the top dead layers so that the pores aren't as clogged. And you can find benzoyl peroxide and salicylic products in many different forms in your drugstore or online. And they both come in wash forms. They both tend to come as leave-on forms, either for all over the face or to just spot treat. But that would be a great place for people to start. Some of the products that can be used, we have fruit acid cleansers with glycolic acid and other fruit acids in it. We have medicated pads with salicylic. And then there are different retinol products that can also be bought over the counter that people can use. But I think I'm going to just talk a little bit more in detail about mild, moderate, and severe acne. So with mild acne, some people might get a few pimples, a couple of blackheads and whiteheads, and we'll often start with topical medications. Usually if someone's come to me in the office, and right now we are doing telemedicine, so if anybody has been doing over-the-counters and need just a step up, they can call into our office and we can give them some advice over the internet. So with mild acne, we may start with some type of agent to help prevent pimples in the morning. And that might be a topical antibiotic, it might be a topical anti-inflammatory. We take into account everybody's skin type. Some people have drier skin, some people have oilier skin, some people have very sensitive skin. So we'll pick one of those types of products to use in the mornings to help prevent the pimples. But then because acne is both pimples and blackheads and whiteheads, we need to use something to help with those clogged pores. So at night, we tend to use products that we call kinetolytics. They're products in the retinol family, and we have all different types. Traditionally, people know of the Retin-A brand, but there's many others. You could even buy different over the counter. But even the Retin-A company, they own many different brands, and there's several other brands out on the market. Tazorac, Acleaf, there are a lot of products that we can prescribe to you for the nighttime to use for blackheads and whiteheads. The most common complaint with those is that they can be a little bit drying, so we would give you very good instructions for how to keep your skin hydrated. And the second issue is that a lot of them can make your skin more sensitive to the sun. But of course, everybody, you should be using sunscreen, broad spectrum, every day, even in winter, even on a cloudy day, because even though you may not burn on a day like today, there's still the UVA tan rays that are present all year round. and those go through glass. And not only can they be responsible for skin cancers also, but that's what causes the signs of aging, like brown spots and wrinkles. And
Now,
then for people who get mhm.
I had a question. I'm sorry. So just because I'm sure people that are having like those acne breaks, those problems, they might be worried or nervous about putting a sunblock that's going to further clog. Now, is there a way, like or is there like a product that we should avoid or that'll just help or not compound? That was a quick question I wanted to ask.
Definitely your sunscreen should always be water-based, not oil-based. And often if you look for the word non-comedogenic, that means that it won't cause blackheads and rabbit ears. But we're making a jump from, well, if it doesn't cause blackheads and rabbit ears, then it won't cause blackheads in humans. So those are two things to look for. We have a line of sunscreens in our office that a lot of people love that don't make you break out more. Besides our own home brand, there's also the Elta line, which people really like. And all the big brands, Neutrogena, Aveeno, Eucerin, they all have products that are really well made for acne-prone skin. One of my personal favorites is Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Liquid. It comes in a bottle with a shake ball. You're not going to find it in a regular store, but you're probably going to be able to find it online. And that one I find is really helpful for acne-prone skin, especially if you have oily skin.
That's great because and Neutrogena is something that's you can easily find. I mean, that's like a great tip for your skincare. And also, you're available. Like, so if someone has a breakout, because that's the biggest thing, people don't know, what is available, what they could do. So they can call you and schedule a televisit, show you their trouble spots, and you can help put them on a regimen where it doesn't have to compound and get worse. And because if you leave acne untreated, it could get worse, correct?
Absolutely. And people are very sensitive about their looks, and they feel that people are judging them by their looks. And some people, if they have a lot of acne, they feel like they look too young. And for people that are in the workforce, they want to be seen as mature and experienced. So sometimes acne can be embarrassing that way. Or some people just think, oh my God, people think I'm ugly if they see a pimple. But one thing I want to reassure people is most other people are not looking at you that closely. We are our own worst enemies. I know when I look in the mirror, if I have a little pimple, it's all that I see on my face. But I want to reassure people that others are not looking at that. They're usually focusing on your eyes, your smile, the conversation, the day. Right now, there are a lot of topics to discuss. And they're not noticing the acne as much as you're noticing it on yourself. But whether your acne it's very minimal and it really affects you a lot, or if you have a little worse acne that maybe doesn't bother you so much, whatever it is, we can work with you, what your goals are.
So don't stress with the acne. You have the solutions because stressing is a big trigger for acne. So don't stress. Dr. E is here for you. Give a call.
I'm here for you.
And no, because and even like the products you mentioned, you can help put him on a regimen. It's a simple, easy, it's not an easy quick fix, but it's something that you could start battling and taking care of right away.
That's a really important point that you mentioned. It's not a quick fix. Like when you see advertisements on TV that says, oh, your acne is going to be cured in 2 weeks. Ain't going to happen, folks. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Acne, it does take several weeks, a couple of months, but if you start working on it now, you're going to look great for bathing suit season. And we tailor the regimen to your skin type. There are hundreds of acne products out there, but I'm going to take a look at your skin. You're going to give me your history. Are you oilier? Are you drier? What are you allergic to? What have you tried in the past? What worked? What didn't work? Is your skin more sensitive? Do you get irritated very easily? And we're going to give you very specific instructions for how to use medications to make your skin better able to tolerate them. For example, a lot of people will say, well, I've tried Retin-A type of products and they irritated me. Well, that's probably because the doctor didn't give you verbal and written instructions on how to use it properly. So just like right off the bat, let's say one of your friends here in Zoom land would like to add buy a retinol product. Well, I don't recommend taking the retinol, going pump, pump, and slapping it all over your face. I would recommend washing your face at night. And if you have very sensitive skin, make sure you wait 15 minutes. Then you take one small pea-sized amount, take that one pea and divide it equally into each of the 5 areas of your face. Blend in each area so that each area gets the same amount and no area gets too much. And then, to be even safer, start off applying it only every 3rd night for the first 2 weeks. Then you can go up to every other night for the next 2 weeks. And then as your skin tolerates it, if you can, go up to every night. And if you need, you can moisturize right on top of it.
Dr. Eve, I mean, first of all, it's like you knew me right away because I am wash quick and then schlop on. It's the Greek in me. It's like excess, you know. So that was a very good clarification. But it's a great way because I wanted, you know, to tie up our check-in with you today. And Retin-A is invaluable in terms of treating acne, but also for anti-aging, which is what we're going to cover our next check-in with you. So, I mean, you gave us some great tips with acne, some great, there's options out there, not to be afraid and start taking care of it immediately. Give you a call, you can walk them through. There's even stuff that you mentioned that's over the counter. I mean, really key aspects, but also you just really hit it home at night when you're supposed to apply your product, the correct way of doing it. So that was a huge clarification.
Yes. And for people who might have more moderate or severe acne, we have jump up regimens that we can go to also. There are prescription vitamins that work as anti-inflammatory. We have prescription antibiotics. There's always isotretinoin, which a lot of people know as Accutane for those with more severe acne cases. We also can take into consideration if people want an all-natural product, like this is One Line Pro Purity that you may have seen me in television commercials for. That's a natural only product that uses Croatian sea salts. So we have different options for your personal beliefs also that we can help you with.
That is the first I've come across and pretty amazing. And again, you hit a key word for me. Anything that with sea salt and stuff, I think is amazing, very therapeutic. And it's also a natural option. Some people want to, a lot of people nowadays, I don't want to say it's trending, prefer a natural option as well. So you have that option available.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Eve, for checking in with us today. I'm looking forward to our next session where we're going to cover anti-aging and a couple of other secrets, but we don't want to give everything away. So thank you for checking in with us today.
We'll see you next week. Thank you, Faye. Have a great day.
I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, Doc.